11 is a psychic powerhouse, a girl with the strength to move mountains, but nobody in their right mind would ever want to be her. From every person she has ever loved dying or being broken, to never truly being able to be a normal girl, her life is a constant cycle of misery. I'm going to go over every reason why her life is a living hell, and how the superhero we see on screen is actually just a child drowning in trauma. Imagine you were just born. You weren't brought home to a nursery filled with toys and the smell of a home. You were snatched from your mother's arms before she could even hold you. As the years pass, you don't grow up with a family. You grow up in a sensory deprivation tank. You have few worries beyond your next test and where your papa is. Your world is restricted to gray concrete walls and the cold, sterile hum of laboratory equipment. You love your papa, Dr. Martin Brenner, because he is the only human being who acknowledges your existence. He dotes on you when you perform, when you crush a soda can with your mind or track a stranger through the void. He seems stressed sometimes and isn't always around, but that is the case for most fathers, right? As you age into a young child, you become more and more attached to your papa, but you can't really remember why. You're still too young to understand that your attachment is actually a survival mechanism. One day, your real mother tries to take you away. You catch glimpses of a woman screaming for her Jane, but you aren't quite sure what took her away. One day she was there in a vision, and the next day she's not. It's almost impossible for you to understand why she is gone, and Brenner doesn't explain anything. Eventually, you find out he destroyed her mind, leaving her a catatonic shell of a human being. This is your first detachment, a scar at a young age that tells you love is something that gets people hurt. You are confused and worried by the routine of the lab. You are watched by guards and scientists, treated more like a piece of military hardware than a girl. Still, you continue to feel a level of comfort and familiarity with Papa, because he is all you have. Suddenly, he starts bringing other children around, but you don't understand why. Regardless, they show up time and time again. You start to trust your peers, specifically the friendly orderly who looks after you. He shows you how to use your rage to unlock your power. You begin to believe he is your friend, your real protector. But it turns out he's just been using you both professionally and privately. After a horrific massacre at the lab, an event that leaves the hallways slick with the blood of your brothers and sisters, you realize the man you trusted is actually a monster. He is Subject 1, Henry Creel. This is the beginning of the end. You are forced to defend yourself, and in doing so, you tear a hole in reality. You are trapped in that lab for years afterward. The trauma of the massacre existing just beneath the surface. You grow up never knowing that the brother you cast into the dark is becoming a god of death in another dimension. After landing in what seems to be a healthy family unit, the party of Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, you begin to discover that you aren't like the other people around you. You begin experiencing dark urges, a need to use your power to hurt those who threaten you, and you have no idea why. The boys all seem so happy and carefree. You, on the other hand, get no joy from the normal world, and often long for the silence of the lab, because that is all you know. Your new friends start to notice that something is off about you. They argue about you, and sometimes you hear them. You start to worry that they don't want you anymore, that you're just a monster. Eventually, your adoptive protector, Jim Hopper, catches you taking your frustrations out on the world. He hides you in a cabin, but the isolation only exacerbates the darkness. He confronts you about your secrets, and though you try to downplay them, he knows that you have been haunted for a long time. He doesn't let you off the hook, and you are forced to face reality and speak truthfully about how you've been feeling. It's tense, and your father figure is taken aback, but he seems to be more understanding than you expected. He decides to help you channel your urges rather than turn you over to the government. As years pass, you watch your life get more and more complicated. With every loss, you no longer believe that anyone around you sees any good in you. You miss someone looking at you and seeing a chance at goodness, even if it wasn't there. You're left to identify with the darkness that you have almost always felt. Hopper has been taking you into the woods to keep you safe, but it's not always enough. On top of that, he is busy so often that it interrupts your connection, and that is not going to work for you. You need to belong. You continue to struggle through all of your teen years trying to keep your psychic drive at bay, but you know you are going to break eventually. Luckily for you, Mike and the boys teach you a strict code. Friends don't lie. So far, it has been working for you. This code has many rules, but the two most important are never lie to your friends and never use your powers for evil. Those rules make sense to you and keep you from trouble most of the time. You attempt to attend school and blend in, but you aren't the quiet, nerdy type. You're the freak. Your classmates bully you, and you find that the darkness inside you is eager to strike back. You thought that being Jane would help curb your impulses to hurt others, but it's not nearly enough. You need to use your power, and there is no way to avoid it any longer. Despite being taught the code of friendship, you have no opportunity to use it when the government closes in. Your first real kill since escaping comes in defense of your new family. You have already lost so much, you don't even know your biological family, and your birth mother is a ghost. Losing Mike or Hopper would be too much to bear. Still, you are ready to defend them by killing the agents hunting you. It's basically the opportunity you've been waiting for to prove your worth. You develop and hone your skills, and before long, you are a seasoned protector. Everyone believes that you are a normal girl, and no one suspects that you're a psychic weapon except for one person. Years pass, and your estranged brother, Henry Creel, now known as Vecna, has finally decided to reach out to you. Without you knowing it, he had been stalking you from the Upside Down for years, desperate to connect with you. He knows you are a killer and still accepts you, even when you don't even remember the full extent of the 1979 massacre. But unlike you, he has remembered everything, and he is intent on jogging your memory. He breaks into your mind and leaves clues to his identity. You never know when the next vision will come, but you are sickly terrified of it. You are taunted by him for weeks, but you don't yet know why. In truth, he is also a killer, but he has no code. He kills anyone he wants with no remorse, and he wants to start remaking the world together. He sets up a kill room in his mind. And on the table, he has your friends. Max is your last remaining family member in the way that matters. Deb, or rather Max, has been there for you through everything. Your loyalties should be divided, but you know who you are. You can't kill Max. You can't let anyone else kill her either. You hesitate, and your brother retaliates angrily. You can't be a hero and a weapon. It doesn't work that way. You have to fight him off, knowing you are betraying your own kind. You point your psychic strength in the direction Vecna ran, but he won't be caught. You know that. Otherwise, he could destroy everything. But the mere fact that you chose Max over him shows where your loyalty lies. It's with your adoptive family, and you know that you'll have to protect them from Vecna in the future. You'll have to eliminate him to stop him from being a threat to them. Max is brought to the hospital, but she is broken, blind, her limbs snapped, her mind a void. You and Max never fully recovered after the trauma of Season 3. Now a doctor is telling you that she may never wake up. Your only true sister is effectively gone, and it feels like it's all your fault. Everyone you have ever loved has been killed or hurt due to your existence. You have to face facts that you're no good for anyone in your orbit. You're forced to deal with the consequences of your actions as a weapon, what you've done to your family, and the fact that your presence has only made you destroy the people you love. Your friends will surely be next if you stay around them. So, you make the ultimate sacrifice. You were planning to run away to California with the Byers, but now you know that you can't truly hide. You dump your life in the ocean of your memories and face the oncoming storm. Miraculously, you survive the battle at the Creel house, but you have effectively ended your life as a normal girl. You move back to Hawkins to stand in the ash of what was once a home. And though you managed to stay alive, you feel more dead inside than ever before. It's a tragic end to a complicated journey. Deep down, you always knew you would end up alone. You spent your entire life trying to balance the monster you are with the girl you want to be. But in the end, you realize the cost is too high. You walk away from the hope of a normal teenage life, leaving behind a trail of death and destruction in your wake. And just like that, Jane is a ghost. It's been nearly a decade of trauma since you were born, leaving behind your dream of being a daughter, a student, and a girlfriend. You've tried to suppress your uncontrollable powers and live a quiet life, but everything changes when the world keeps pulling you back. The peaceful facade cracks when you realize that Vecna is still out there, his hit and run on reality killing thousands. You snap and prepare to kill again, breaking any chance of abstaining from violence. Things get complicated when the military begins doggedly investigating you. Slowly but surely, they begin to get closer to discovering your secret. Once the government comes looking for you, your trust in the world is broken again. They start to keep you at arm's length, or worse, they try to put you back in a box. You're so distracted by tracking the local serial killer, Vecna, that you don't even realize the world is closing in. You manage to push him back, but not before he burns your home down. As you are reeling from that, you are on the brink of figuring yourself out. But you are being arrested, not by police, but by the fate you were born into. Harrison, or rather Will, has grown up troubled and harboring his own darkness, and your reunion stirs up old feelings. He has inherited some of your connection to the darkness, and you realize that you have to make a final choice to protect him from your own shadow. You instruct your friends to be ready, knowing they will never be safe with you. You fall to the ground after the battle, telling them you did a good job. You are bleeding out emotionally, finally released from your life of torment for just a moment. But then the reality sets in. Hawkins is falling. Against all odds, your life of pain and longing is going to continue. You can't escape the torture of being 11. There is truly no rest for the wicked, or for the girls born in labs. Try as she might, 11's life never gets any easier. And even when she tries to end the suffering through sacrifice, her heart beats on. There is no doubt that the next chapter of her life will be as tumultuous as all the others. She walks a tightrope, and she knows it's only a matter of time before everything falls apart. Still, the darkness inside of her is growing, and it's destroying everyone and everything she cares about. Everything feels like it's coming to an awful end. And just like Dexter, she realizes that the only way to save those she loves is to remain a ghost in the shadows, alone in the void.